Sunity is very proud to host this event here today, Defense Education Forum, where we're reaching out to educators and state leaders to tell them about an initiative we have to develop a pipeline of future workers for the defense industry. We have many of our companies here ready to talk to the educators about what type of jobs they have. We also have a presentation that we are going out to the schools to meet with the students themselves to tell them about working for the defense industry.
We introduced some students today at the East Bay Education Collaborative to opportunities in the defense industry. Sanidia prepared a short presentation where we talk about what the defense industry is, and then we discuss some of the opportunities right here in Rhode Island for defense jobs.
And an important point that we're making to folks is that you can enter the defense industry at all levels, whether it's out of high school with some trades training or some technical training, or with a 4-year degree, and wherever you enter in, you have the ability to move up.
Sanidia is a group of like-minded companies and affiliated companies that support or work in the national security defense industry, running the gamut from engineering firms to accounting firms to law firms and just about everything in between that service either the national security customers, the U.S. government, or the prime contractors and companies that are servicing those customers as well. We have a strong emphasis on STEM education to ensure that we have a robust workforce and pipeline so that we're always refreshing and bringing in new employees. And a lot of those programs that we work on are funded through a partnership we have with the State of Rhode Island's Governor's Workforce Development Board that enables events like today's event and other educational programs that we run. So the event that we're at today is extremely important to all of the entities, Sanidia, the individual companies like Raytheon, Right Solutions, Purvis, and most importantly to the educators and the guidance counselors that are here coming through, the school superintendents. So they're learning, they hear about the STEM fields a lot. And what we're trying to do today is to focus them not just on STEM, but why the defense industry jobs are that much more important.
STEM students need to be aware of the opportunities in the defense industry. They're completely unaware of, number one, that defense isn't just, they think it's just military. They have no idea about the civilian component and all the different levels within the defense industry, from someone who could be a machine operator and a machinist to having a PhD.
So this is a very important program because as government companies working with the government in the engineering and science field, it's important to get kids early on interested in science and in math and engineering so that they can fit into and backfill many innovative programs that are coming on.
Okay, so this event, as a Sanidia board member, we've come to realize that the knowledge of the defense industry and the knowledge of the careers in this industry are really unknown. They're a big secret. People don't realize that you don't have to be in the military to be a defense employee. And as a defense contractor, we have a lot of open positions that we can't fill.
Michael is a small business in Middletown, Rhode Island that develops undersea warfare technology, primarily for the Navy submarine community. We have lots of different programs all geared around improving underwater navigation, kind of like underwater GPS. Well, because I'm a small business, I don't have a lot of resources to actually work directly with the schools. But through organizations like Sanidia, I'm able to access a different group of people that I wouldn't normally be able to access. So
McLaughlin Research primarily provides engineering services. So we're an engineering service company. That involves engineering development of new products and new technology, and also the documentation of those products and technology. One of the things that we're involved with STEM is the Lego robotics competition. So we have an engineer who volunteers their time. They go to the competition, help the students develop their robot, and then compete in the competition.
Sure. Electric Boat designs and manufactures nuclear-powered submarines for the United States Navy. So we have two main facilities, our Quonset Point facility that at the Quonset Point facility we build the modules, ship those modules down to Groton. Groton puts the pieces together and does all the finished work. Sure. So in our Quonset Point facility, again, I mentioned it's mostly a manufacturing facility, so we work a lot with the high schools and some of the area colleges in regards to trade skills, what are some of the core competencies as well as some of the specific trades and the skills and the training that students would need to be successful at Electric Boat and Quonset.
And I am government relations, state and local level, and I try to connect with the governor's office, with the Department of Labor and Training. They come to us and ask what our needs are, who we need, what type of people we'll be hiring, and they've been very great to us in asking how they can supply a workforce to meet our demands down the road.
Right Solutions is a system engineering software development company. Do a lot of advanced development work, primarily for the undersea warfare community with the Naval Undersea Warfare Center. But also we have a fairly large commercial entity doing healthcare development. Basically, we look to educate those. We have routinely we will invite people in to come and see some of the technology that we have, to tell them the kind of skills that we're looking for, and to let the kids ask questions. We find that there's a misconception, I think, in a lot of areas on the Department of Defense being kind of stodgy work, and when they see things that, some of the things that we're working on and other companies are working on, it kind of excites them, because the gaming technology is very, very important to the Department of Defense. So I think right now the best luck that we've had is in having groups of kids come through, educators, students, exposing them to the technology we have, explaining the types of things that we're looking for, and see where it goes from there.
Raytheon is a global supplier of integrated combat systems, both in the air, on the sea surface, and under the water. And we build all of the sensors, command control communication, and effectors for all three parts of the domain. We're a 63,000 person global company with about 1,000 employees here in Rhode Island. So for us, STEM and work with educators and outreach is extremely important. We have a program that's called Math Moves You, which is our cornerstone program to help educators and students get involved in science, technology, engineering, and math. And all that information, including packets and kits, are all available on our website.
We machine precision parts for the defense industry, mainly Electric Boat and some of their major suppliers. The major components that we machine goes into the nuclear propulsion systems in submarines and surface ships. We are active with New England Tech and CCRI and URI in the grant programs that they now have been awarded.
Many companies have successful student internship programs.
We do have some interns. They are primarily juniors in college going into their senior year, mostly focused around mechanical engineering. We do some IT interns as well. Some of them are working in our building, some of them also are working on the Navy base.
Sure. So again, at our Quonset facility being mostly manufacturing, last year we kicked off an internship program with Rhode Island Career and Technical Schools. Last year we had 8 students in, juniors prior to their senior year. This summer we're doubling those opportunities to 16 opportunities for the local career and tech students. And we're actually looking now at rolling those students into co-ops for their senior year, so we hold on to them throughout their senior year.
We've had interns come in. A lot of it has been just personal. We'll get a call from Salve or New England Tech, and they'll say, we have a real bright student, here's his resume. And of course we're a small company, so our bandwidth is kind of small there. But historically, every year we'll bring on at least a couple of kids Right now, last time we had somebody with out of the cybersecurity, and we've actually spawned a small cybersecurity working group within our company based on just taking that one intern on board.
Internships are one of our key programs that we have to get the students involved at an early age in the importance of not only STEM, but also the importance of working in the defense industry. And the numerous interns that we have, specifically in the engineering and math fields, once they get their foot in the door and they see how exciting it is to work in the defense industry and to work at Raytheon, they can't wait to graduate to come work for us, and we can't wait from the graduates so they can come and work for us also. So it's been a very, very successful program.
And we do bring students in from these schools as part of these grants as interns, for do internships. We all do internships with high schools, and we get involved with apprenticeships with the state. We don't have our own program for internships, but we work, as I mentioned before, with the education community, with the state, and with the public education system in the state.
I spoke not too long ago to a group of third graders about technology and what it means. How do you define technology, and what does that mean for a job? So getting that young age is also beneficial to us. One little boy in the audience raised his hand and said, if you want to study technology, you have to go to MIT. So that was very cute because somebody had put that thought in his mind. No, you don't need to go to MIT, as he thought that was the only place. Some of the kids in the room talked about going to URI. And in fact, we have many positions that you don't need a college degree. There are positions which we call an engineering technician or electronics technician. So you can use your welding skills or your soldering skills or your design skills. We have CAD jobs. So there are many opportunities that don't require you to go to college.
We commissioned a study last year that showed that defense-related STEM jobs pay on average about 20% more than non-defense related jobs in the same field. So a computer programmer, a systems engineer, a mechanical engineer working for Bic Pen is going to make $1 amount. That same engineer is going to make about 20% more working in the national security defense field, whether it be for a private industry or for the government. And we're here today to reinforce that, not just the salary requirements, but also the opportunity and what a robust economic driver we are here in southeastern New England.
So it's been a great success. We've had teachers from all over the state as well as superintendents, and we hope to make this a continuing process.